As a boy, growing up in the Midwest, I was fascinated with the television cowboys. Some of you might remember some of the names: Hopalong Cassidy, Gene Autry, Roy Rogers. Then there was Rowdy Yates of Rawhide. He was one of my favorites. And the Cartwright guys from Bonanza. I used to go to bed at night dreaming about being a cowboy. Became really a fascination, and I wanted to grow up and be one. But of course, I was living in Michigan. I didn't have too many opportunities to be a cowboy. So I worked at just being present with my life. I graduated from college, and then I moved to Colorado. 3 years after I moved to Colorado, I was in graduate school, and I'd secured a position as the live-in manager of a small hay and cattle ranch an hour southeast of Denver. And I'd never done cattle, and I'd never done hay. So after my wife and I settled into the ranch house, I called the investor who had purchased this particular property, and I said, "Hey, I'm ready for you to come out and teach me how to do hay. Show me around, show me the ropes." So we set a date, and he came out, and he was younger than I was. I guess it was his dad's investment. And he showed me around the old used equipment, walked around, showed me the area, pointed to the squeeze chute press, talked about the 4 stages of development of alfalfa, had a cup of coffee, talked about the weather, got in his car, and drove down the road. And as I watched him go up the hill and off the property, I began to panic. What in the world have I gotten myself into? I don't know anything about the hay business, and the great discovery was he knows less than I do. What am I going to do? How am I going to proceed? How did I get myself into this? Does this sound familiar to anybody? You ever gotten yourself into a position where you thought that you knew nothing and somebody expected you to do a lot of something? Have you ever been in a situation, or I should say probably how many times have you been in a situation where you knew that you should say stop, but you said go? Where you probably should have said yes, but you said no. You see, life deals us a hand. We get dealt a hand in life all the time. We show up, things show up in front of us. And a lot of the time we get thrown into a place that's very uncomfortable. We move to that uncomfort zone. And in that place of uncomfortableness, we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to move through what wants to hold us back. We have an opportunity to move through some attitudes, some ideas, some perspectives, some positions that we've taken. The other side of that is we can go to fight or flight, or we can just freeze up.